All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Precision Hoops. I am your host, NMB Sports, and we're going to have a comedic episode, a lighthearted episode, not to be taken seriously. As you can see from the title, we'll get into it in a second. We'll go around real quick. Speem, how you doing tonight?
Good evening. I thought this was serious, so I'm going to have to switch some gears. But good evening. I'm just setting my display up, so just bear with me.
Here we go. Hoop God, how are you doing?
Man, I'm kind of ornery. Got a late dinner, but I'm gonna make it happen.
All right. So we decided we were kicking some ideas around, and we decided we'd do a little bit of a play of the racial draft from the Chappelle Show. And so obviously we had to decide who we split up. Obviously, I'm going to be the white delegate, and then Speem Engine will be doing the mixed or the biracial delegate, and Hoop God will be representing the black delegate. And how do we decide who goes first? I mean, I feel like
I think we know who goes first, Nick.
Hey, comments.
Hey,
comments. I'll tell you what. Y'all drop a number. If we guess the number, then let's just go that way.
I was gonna say, is this like chess? White gets to go first. Is that what you meant?
I'm chess, society, life.
Oh man!
I thought I thought you said horny also, Hoop God.
No,
but you said ornery.
Yeah,
ornery. I know that, but someone in the chat thought you said that too.
No. He's just a little perverted guy. Hey, stop being perverted down there, Animaniac.
Ready to reveal that.
So I guess I'll go first. Is that
You go first. Go ahead. Yep.
Jump
Seal
into it.
Go ahead and put it in cement.
Hey, I'll tell you what. We can just go serpentine. How about that?
Sure.
So I guess I'm trying to think here, because if I can reach up and snag a surprise pick, then it might throw you guys off instead of going with the obvious.
We did settle on all time, right? Not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
current. Okay.
All time players, yeah.
All right.
You know, I was thinking about honestly going for Kobe at my
What up,
shooting guard,
man?
and so I'm not gonna go Kobe, but it would have been fun.
Why not?
Kobe grew up in Italy from the time he was 6 years old to 12 years old. He knew Italian and Spanish essentially fluently. It's also where he first started playing. So the Euro ball does live within our boy Kobe here. Also went to a private school. But here's and if you remember when he first got to the league, he was kind of seen as fake hard. Do you remember that? Because all of a sudden he started getting tattoos, and he was trying to really like embody how he actually practiced and what he thought about the game. We later went on to find out that he was that guy. But this is why this was the comedy link here I was going for. Do y'all remember Kobe had a rap debut and that he tremendously flopped? And for that reason, I was going to say the white delegate would like to try and make a pick for Kobe Bean Bryant with the #1 pick in their draft.
So do you remember the timing as to why he got his tattoos and stuff? This is ridiculous.
I don't remember there being like a reason.
It was right after the cheating thing in Colorado. He got a tattoo of Vanessa, her name, and like some angel wings or something like that shortly after that took place. And then his first single was featuring Brandy. It's bad. It's probably better than most hip hop today, but it was bad. And he had Tyra Banks, I feel like, in the video.
Yes, I read that.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember, he also bought Vanessa that huge diamond ring. If you remember that too.
I still have like some bad memories of that, because I believe that was 8 carats at the time, and there were a lot of conversations about, well, why can't you do 8 carats? And why can't I'm like,
oh my god.
Yeah.
Something I didn't know. This is kind of off topic, but I guess since we're on the race topic, apparently Kobe's dad didn't want Kobe to like marry her because she was Hispanic or whatever, which I found really interesting. I had no idea about that.
So it's funny you said that. I've always had kind of like different feelings about Vanessa Bryant, because I never thought she was a gold digger or anything like that. But I do know that a lot of the moves that she's making now that Kobe has passed, it's put a lot of money in her pocket, up to and including his sneakers, which she regularly promotes online. And to me, it's like, well, that's cool and all, but are you promoting Kobe or are you promoting Nike? So she's always moved kind of funny to me.
Interesting. To be honest with you, I have not like paid close attention to her, since or past Kobe's death. So that's interesting. I mean, I guess I don't know. That's like a big empire to, that's a hard thing to manage. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like that's a hard thing to just manage, period. All right, let's go with my pick. Okay. My real pick. I mean, I feel like Larry Bird's just the obvious #1, right? I mean, do we really even know? But
hey, listen. If you didn't get Bird, I was gonna take him. He used to hoop with the brothers out there in Indiana.
yeah. See, this isn't fair. I feel like I really got to protect my picks here, because I am in a different world here. Technically, y'all could take anyone because they're in the other world. I was looking at small forwards though. Chris Mullin, Rick Barry, John Havlicek. They have Luka here, which is weird. I guess Luka could probably play a few positions. Andre Karolinko and Peja, Detlef Shrimp kind of falls off after that. Yeah. Okay. Obviously, I have to go Larry.
You know what we should have done?
Also, wait. Also, real quick. Also, my blackest player.
Well,
Hey, I told you, if you didn't get third, I was gonna take it.
Yeah,
we should have restricted yours to U.S. born players. See, now we're just part of the problem calling European players white.
I will. I have one U.S. so far, so
Okay,
we'll see. We'll see.
I'll go next. I think the biracial delegation, since we're going that route, I'm taking Tyler Hero, unless he's not on your list, because I'm pretty sure he's half black. And
Is he
the
really?
only reason, no, I doubt it. Strongly doubt it.
I was like, what?
But let's see here. 6 Men of the Year in 2022 has a 4-year, $130 million contract. That sounds like a brother to me. So, and have you seen him play basketball? Have you seen him talk? Have you seen him go back and forth with Jimmy Butler? Have you seen him again play basketball? I'm going Tyler Hero. He speaks a lot of broken English. That's often associated with biracial and black people. So we'll throw that in there.
He has that gaudy tattoo or whatever that was.
What is his tattoo? What's his tattoo? I missed that. What's his tattoo?
Oh my gosh, he got it I think like a year or two ago, and it's like red. It's all the way across his chest. Let me look at it real quick. Yeah, it says no work, no check, and it's got like a lion. It's like a lion's face, and then it just has the year 2000 underneath it, and it's got like a cross in the middle. It's pretty bad. I think it's pretty bad.
Was 2000 the year he was born?
Gotta be.
Oh my
you know what's interesting about him though is I used to really love following high school recruits and stuff. He was like kind of the first guy I remember seeing on YouTube like years back, where I kind of like started watching or trying to find a bunch of guys like highlight reels and tapes that were in high school. But yeah, like you talk about talking trash, like he's got some great videos where like the crowd is on top of him giving it to it, and he's just ice cold, and he's like giving it right back, and it was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, he's a baller. It kind of stinks he's gonna waste a lot of his time in the East, but I'd love to see him. I'd love to see him on. Man, he'd be great on Milwaukee. I'm almost to the point where I would trade him straight up. Would I trade him straight up for Dame at this point? No, but maybe last season I would.
100%. Yeah, I'd take.
Oh, you would have? Oh, okay, okay.
I'd take Dame over Tyler Hero pretty easy. What? Although their age though, how old is Dame?
He's relatively young, I think. I don't think he's, what is he, 30?
34. 34.
He's I don't know, man. To me, he's like not a proven. It sucks because he's so great, but I'd almost rather take Hero right now because of what he does in the playoffs versus what I've seen Dame do in the playoffs. But that's just right now.
Yeah, Hero is 24, so
he's born in 2000. Yep.
That's a significant age difference.
Getting a tattoo of your own birth date is nasty work, I feel like. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's one thing to get like your kids or your wife or your husband, something like that, but your own birth date and then saying no work, no checks or whatever, that's yeah. I mean, whatever. I'm not a millionaire, so I don't know what they do.
All right, who you got? Who got?
Well, of course, I got to take Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I mean, come on now. What are we doing?
Bullshit. That's bullshit.
You go back to back too.
All right, so my second pick, I have to take the great and noble, Mr. Russell, Bill Russell.
Yeah, I think he passes.
This isn't. We should have talked about this before we did this. That's all
we
right.
should have let me do all time, all world whites, and then
you should have been all time, all sports, all levels.
Yeah, you get to do all time mixed, and then who got only gets current black players. That's how we should have done it.
Eastern Conference black players. Eastern Conference bottom half of the Eastern.
That was so hilarious.
Yo, that's not even a JV squad. Okay, no, you know what? No, I think.
Oh my God, that was funny.
I'll take that back. No, maybe I'm being too harsh. That is a JV squad. Okay.
Thank you. Is it to me or are we going back to you, Nick? Oh, that's my second pick. Right?
Doing snake draft, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he did Bill Russell. That's right. So it's back to you. Sorry.
Back to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Tyrese Halliburton.
All right.
Because I'm not quite sure where he's from or what he does, but I know stereotypically he likes the lighter toned women, the women of the white persuasion, and we need a lot of that on my team. And we need weird jump shots, real weird jump shots, real stupid haircuts, and overblown contracts. So we will take Tyrese Halliburton.
All right. So I think Stockton is safe. I don't think either of y'all could make a play for Stockton if you wanted to. We're talking Mormon. We're talking the whitest of the white here, right? So I think Stockton is safe. I'm gonna reach and go for Jason Kidd. All right. Jason Kidd was a great point guard. Obviously, being point guard, he was a little bit of the gym rat type. You know how that goes. But here's why I'm gonna say. This is why I'm gonna say he gets.
Isn't Kidd mulatto?
Yeah, he's mixed. But I'm gonna make a play for him. Remember, Jason Kidd. Remember, Jason Kidd got a DWI.
Yeah.
And so the white delegate would like to make a play for Jason Kidd at point guard with our second draft.
Hey, Spain, that's your call.
Pick.
No, he's a champion. So, and he beat his wife. Did you just say that? He had like
he also had a domestic violence. Yes.
If we're being consistent, I mean, he could be on your side too.
J Kidd smacking the bees like that?
Yeah, he got in trouble for that.
Wait.
I mean,
Time out.
This is a long time ago.
So wait. You telling me when the whole Me Too movement, they never went back and unpacked that? He must be protected.
No. Actually, no. He was pretty unscathed.
All right. What if we throw in Scott Skiles and Ricky Rubio in a trade? You let us
Ricky
take Jason
Rubio. You might as well say Scott Van Pelt.
Oh wait. Here we go. All right, for real. We give you Jason Williams. And
No. That's a brother. No, that's a brother. He just likes.
Wait, we can have a three-way trade here. I'm open to a three-way trade. We
give him the Jason Williams that shot his limo driver.
White chocolate, light skin.
That means the black delegate would need to give something to Speen.
Okay, so
for who, Jason Kidd?
Let me throw in a proposal.
We're doing a three-way point guard trade here.
Okay.
So let me throw in a proposal. So if you have those particular white chocolate type players, I think they should be accessible to myself in Spain. And I'll be fair, if you have any of the melanated guys who, have more of a
100%. Yeah, that's the thing is that if you reach across and you're trying to take someone who obviously belongs in the pool of someone else, you have to make an argument or a trade for it.
They have to fit the personality. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
You have to make a good argument. So that's
why that's good. That's good.
And we'll throw Jason Williams in. We'll throw him to the black delegate, but the black delegate to complete the trade's got to give something to Speen.
So then does it have to be a point guard? Because I said for all that, just give me the Jason Williams that shot his limo driver. That way, it's all on the same page.
That
center? That guy for New Jersey.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
I don't actually want him. Can I have who am I taking from?
You're taking from Hoop God. So you're going to the black delegate.
So give me guards, right? Give me Reggie Miller.
Isn't he mixed? He's already here.
I don't think so. I think he's black.
All right. Well, all right. Trade complete. All right.
Yeah, I don't like these logistics, but that's fine. Reggie Miller.
I got my third pick here. We need some hops here. We need some hops. We need some vertical elevation.
Oh, I have a good pick for you, but I'm gonna wait.
I'm gonna go with Blake Griffin. Born and raised Oklahoma. He's got almost reddish hair at times, it seems like.
Damn, I forgot about Blake.
He is at least half white.
He is.
Definitely freckles. Do we get to claim freckles as like a white thing? I feel like that's a pretty white thing on average, even though I've seen others with it, so maybe not, but
go for it. Yeah.
He definitely is the corny white too. He definitely is like the always cracking jokes and stuff like that, I feel. Although he's got a little bit of a mean streak too.
Hey, Nick, you must not have read the comments because you kind of skipped over somebody that would have really fit the bill.
Tim Duncan.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the comment because I didn't even think about Tim Duncan. If you just close your eyes and listen to Tim Duncan, you would swear he came from Wall Street. Like
Yeah, that
he
is
was
true.
in the Wolf of Wall Street.
I
He
might
sounds
We're
like
in the
maybe
Virgin Islands.
he might be
Is he
around,
Brooklyn?
and he's like a world class swimmer too, right?
Yeah.
He was like
Yeah.
really
But I mean,
good at
seriously,
swimming.
if you listen to Tim Duncan, like he sounds like a Wall Street broker. You know, my name's Tim Duncan, and I just love basketball.
Yeah, he does. He like even when I hear him talk, I'm like, damn, that's how you talk.
That's the name of his book. That's the name of his book. My name's Tim Duncan. I love basketball.
All right,
And
but
he
we're
wears these
gonna
big
go.
long pants.
We're gonna go Blake Griffin though too. We need to pull some crowd. We need some eyeballs, right? We need a guy jumping over Kia cars, right? We need someone like that on our squad real bad to give us some reps. So I'm gonna go with Blake Griffin.
Okay. Can we circle back to the fact that dunk over the Kia car? I mean, I can't jump at all, but
Way overhyped.
it's so overhyped.
Yeah, 100%.
Because Blake Griffin's better than that.
100%. Yeah.
So that falls to me, right?
Yeah,
I'm
you're your pick.
Okay. I'm gonna go. If you're going Blake Griffin, I'm going Zach LaVine. The dude looks like a Disney prince, jumps out the building, 2-time slam dunk champion, or 3 times. 2 times. Either way, 2-time slam dunk champion, jumps out the building, big crowd guy, but you can't depend on him to be your number 2, maybe your number 3. I'm gonna go Zach LaVine. Plus his last name is Levine. It doesn't really get too much more ambiguous than that.
All right.
Zach
LaVine, nice pick.
Let me add him.
All right, Hoop God, you're back in the snake position. Back to back.
Okay, so I got the 2 Titans. Let me think. I gotta get a wild card now. God. I'm taking the man that not only did he wrestle, not only was he an NBA player, he even took a trip to Vegas in the middle of the season. I got to take Dennis the Worm Rodman.
You know, I was thinking about making a play for him somehow too. I was trying to think about it, but I couldn't come up with enough good reasons.
Well, yeah,
maybe
he
Carmen Electra.
He stayed with a Caucasian family when he was in college.
Yeah. I remember watching his documentary a while back. It was pretty interesting. He's definitely been around a lot. All right, who's your back-to-back pick?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I go back to back. Okay, so I got the top political activist. Got Mr. Russell. I got the extreme competitor MJ, the serious guy. I got the rock star Rodman. So now I got to get a little bit of the hip hop flavor. So let me get Bubba Chuck straight out of VA, Allen Iverson. Yeah.
That is like the black player.
Yeah, I was about to say like that is for sure. That one is not going anywhere from the black delegate.
No, him and Meta World Peace. We're not getting rid of either of them anytime soon. How do I have 5 players already? How many players do you have, Nick?
I have 3: Bird, Kidd, and Blake Griffin. This should be your 4th pick.
This should be okay. For some reason, I think this will be my 5th pick. 1, 2, 3, because I have Hero, Halliburton, and I got Reggie Miller in that trade, and I took Zach LaVine.
Oh yeah, but the Miller's wasn't a pick.
Oh, okay.
You just got him. He's on your bench.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
In reserve on G League or something.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Devin Booker. If I didn't say.
Okay.
Just yet, for obvious reasons.
Where's he been this year, by the way? I feel like I know he's been hurt a little bit, but I feel like he's fallen off a little bit.
The Suns in general they're such a weird team because you have
they
KD.
really are.
KD is like the friendly version of Kawhi, right? Like he only plays when he's supposed to and when he has to, but nobody gives him really crap for it versus Kawhi, who sits a lot of the times. And then Bradley Beal, if he's not the most overrated player this year, he's in the top maybe 3. So that's probably difficult to play with. I would assume he's probably making more than Devin Booker, and I bet you that's a conversation in the locker room.
Yeah, that is Dude, yeah, it's like one of the hardest things about being a coach in the pros, especially, is like managing egos is like half the battle. I feel like stuff like that you don't even think about, right? But there's some guy over here who's your best player and he's making 10, 15 million less than maybe some other guy you signed over the offseason, right? It's like crazy to have to deal with stuff like that.
And it's also interesting because the players that you look and see and think that they have an ego, I feel like more often than not they do. When Zion first hit the league, I was like, well, he doesn't seem like he has an ego. And then after his first season, you started to see things in his personality change. And next thing you know, he has a Mount Zion tattoo on his back after not doing anything in terms of professional basketball. And then, getting caught up by strippers on social media and like doing all that dumb stuff that gets you caught up.
It's also crazy to think that someone like him, there's a lot of guys like that where, and I'm not trying to speak about like their personal life or anything, but like he straight up got to the NBA without struggling really. Like, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of guys like that. They are just so talented and so good. And they get to the NBA before they've really like, you've had a bad year or 2 years, right?
That's
or you know what I mean? And at Duke, like, you maybe lost a game or you didn't win the championship, but the next game you won by 20 and you dropped 30 points, right? And everyone's back to cheering you on. So like, it's crazy if that amount of success, like that linear progression of success is just hard to like comprehend for just an average person, right? It's kind of nuts.
Isn't that kind of the norm now, though? Because I agree, like you had to face some kind of adversity, but now most of these top picks, they don't face any adversity at all. Like we were just talking about Cooper Flag a few minutes ago. What adversity is he facing? He dominates everything he touches.
I just meant even anything like you got a bad injury or you didn't even start your freshman year or something like that. Like there's a lot of guys like Zion who you're the best player in the country out of high school. You're the best player in college. You're you come in, you're pretty good in the pros, and then you have like a bad year or two, right? And like, do we really see kind of sometimes like it's crazy to think they get to that echelon so fast and so high, and we still haven't really seen like that human side of them yet, where they have a bad year or whatever,
True. Good God, you should take Zion so he can get on your weight loss plan.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Cooper Flag has not gone through any adversity yet either. We'll see.
No, I mean, Chet Holmgren just now is starting to get hit with injuries, and it's heartbreaking to see. But I'll bet you it makes him a better player. I'll bet you he balls out after this one.
Like you even think about Dirk, right? Like he struggled real hard like the first year and a half, and people were just questioning if he could even be in the league. And he was like, a top pick, traded for a top pick, like top 10, top 11 or whatever it was. So, like there's just, same thing. Like he kind of paid his dues in a way or however you see it, right? It's just, there's all guys like that. Even Michael Jordan, right? Like even Michael Jordan, I mean, if you want to count him getting cut from like his high school team or whatever, I don't know if I count quite that yet. But I mean, same thing. He just like
he didn't even get cut. He made the JV team, like him and Bill Russell. That's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah, and then I guess you could say him getting into the NBA and that first injury his sophomore year, right? That was like kind of. And you saw how he reacted. Remember, he came back in the playoffs, that crazy run, even though they didn't win. But it's just,
It's funny because I can't stand him as a player, and I probably should have drafted him. But Podcast P, after that leg injury, he came back and played amazing. And that injury, I've only seen 2 injuries like that in my life. His and then
just thinking about it.
I forget. But it was disgusting. And he balled out like it never happened. It's actually weird to watch him play so bad now, given where he's come from, without winning anything yet.
Yeah. All right. Is it back to me?
I just took Devin Booker.
That's right.
Yeah.
I guess I also I got into Booker's because of him and Luka. I always hated the fact they even tried to compare them to. But
it's horrible.
And then of course he just completely ended his career 2 years ago.
Greatest picture ever, maybe.
Arguably, definitely top 10.
It's
no
up
doubt.
there. Yeah, it's up there.
All right. We got Bird. We got the guy who makes it all work. We got our point guard, right? We got Kidd. We got butts in the seats with Blake Griffin. I need a big man. We gotta sew up the front line here. Jokic is just not wide enough for me, right? It's just not quite wide enough.
The guy that ride horses, that's not wide enough.
That's still not an average person thing.
Well, his brothers are in like the mafia, so that's got to mean something.
Hey, you know what? Hey, the guys on TikTok say the same thing. They say that Serbian drug lord. I said, yo.
That's how they money launder over there.
On the horses. They put them on the horses and they send them across the ocean on a boat.
So I was thinking, because of the politics, Bill Laimbeer would be a good pick to kind of a well-cultured center. But I'm actually going to go with Mark Eaton. I'm going to go with the physical specimen that is Mark Eaton.
I don't know why you didn't go Greg Ostertag. It doesn't get whiter than that.
Big country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about him. I know right now Dart's dying. He's wondering why I didn't take Mikan.
Oh, yeah. Dart, yeah, he's going to have a problem with that. He didn't take.
I thought about Bill Walton as well.
You could have said Sean Bradley.
Oh, my boy, Sean Bradley.
Could have said Sean Bradley, who would dominate in the paint these days, by the way. Probably average 16 and 10.
He's gonna feast.
Right, that's not a ledge, right? That can't be a ledge, right? Like, I feel like he would kill today. I mean, by his standards.
Maybe. Definitely underrated shot blocker, I think. He got dunked on a lot. Fair enough, right? And he definitely could get bullied and stuff, but you know, it is what it is, I guess.
You could have now I'm doing your job for you. You could have said Brad Miller.
Oh, there's tons of people. Bill Walton. I was thinking about Sabonis as well. Either Sabonis, Marc Gasol, maybe even Vlade Divac if we wanted to.
The original flop.
Andrew Bogut would have been a good one too.
This is crap because when we did this, I assumed your picks would just be domestic.
Hey, if you don't pick this one guy I'm thinking about, I'm gonna be disappointed, man.
All right, well, is it to me?
So far, all of my players are American born. Thank you very much.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Mark Eaton was born in America, right? Had to have been.
I don't know. Life started in Africa, Nick. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, aren't we all just a part of the black delegate at the end of the day?
From
all right. Well, I got to go back to back too. So now here comes the hard one, right? We got to go shooting guard. We're not well known for this one, but I think this one's pretty easy. I got to go Pistol Pete.
Yo, I was about to say that's no question.
It's like
yeah. It really isn't. It really is him, and then everyone else. I thought about maybe doing Dan Marley. He definitely was fun to watch back in the day, but yeah, this one's a light category. Pistol Pete's the easy. Oh yeah, shout out Jeff Hornacek, my favorite. The guy you tried to emulate back in the day. When
you're the first and only person to say shout out Jeff Hornacek in the history of the internet. So congratulations.
Oh man,
you just made his day. He's about to write you a letter.
Yeah. Dear NNB Sports, we are very excited to be drafted into the white delegate. Oh my
Hornacek Enterprises is happy to be drafted by the white delegate. All right, so is that to me?
Yeah, back to you.
All right. I'm trying to keep this as current as possible, but if we're doing shooting guards, I'm gonna go Trae Young.
Oh man, I was thinking about stealing him.
You could.
Yeah.
He consistently leads the league or is in top 3 in assists. Consistent above 22 average. Doesn't really win, but he just hit that game winner the other night. He's afraid of his hair loss just like I am. And
we're all on that path.
That's what the hat is. But the one person with the dreads hoop god is the one who's not on camera, isn't that? Or
yeah,
twist, whatever. So that's not right. But
oh my God. I hear a lot of sodium.
It's pure jealousy. I will never shy from that. Yeah, I'm going Trae Young. Jerry West.
Yeah, everyone's pointing out Jerry West. Remember, this isn't like technically. We're trying to throw some comedic effect in here. I thought about Jerry West. It's just kind of too obvious sometimes. It's the logo. I don't know.
Deadlift shrimp. That's always my go-to.
Yeah. Drazen Petrovic. I could have gone with him as well.
Isn't that the guy that didn't wear deodorant?
Did he not? That's funny.
I didn't know there was somebody known for that.
Kyle Korver was another. He's a pretty.
That's a
That's
good
about
one.
as That's about as much flair as a white 3-point shooter can have.
Whoa, hold on. No. Mike
No?
Miller. Mike Miller.
Mike Miller. But no
Mike
way he
Miller
was
had a
as
lot
good
more
as.
flair.
No, I'm talking about just 3-point shooter. Strictly a 3-point shooter.
Strict.
I don't think there's anyone.
But Mike Miller has a ring, doesn't he? With the Heat.
Yeah, he won one with the Heat.
Does
Yeah.
Was he that good
Does
of a
what's his face
3-point
have
shooter?
one?
Though?
I thought
Korver-
Mike Miller, that was his whole thing. I thought he was a 3-point guy.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he
I
was a 3-point shooter. Yeah.
Okay.
He hit a bunch of big shots for the Heat. That second championship, I feel like. He was
Yeah.
famous for hitting a shot with only one shoe on in a playoff game.
Yeah,
No, he
I think
balled
he
out.
done that in that game 7 versus the Spurs.
Yeah,
he
Woodage
balled out.
84 is right. Although we don't like him so much now, JJ Redick at Duke was a lot of fun to watch for sure.
Mhm. It was really easy to hate him at Duke. It's easy
Yep.
to hate him now.
Well,
But
well,
You
seeing
tuned in
that
to watch him play.
seeing that I'm a diehard Tar Heel fan, I've never had any love for JJ Rhetoric, aka Socrates.
JJ Redick. That's so
Hey.
funny.
Common sense calls him JJ ridiculous.
All right, who'd you draft? Steam Engine.
Trae Young.
Trey Young. That's right. And that
And
was your
that's my
fifth pick,
fifth.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your fifth pick?
Okay. So I got MJ, got Bill, got the rock star, got the I got the hip hop guy. Trying to think, okay, what else can I add some more diversity to my team? Thinking. You guys help me out. What am I missing? I got the hip
I was
hop
just
guy.
trying to think. What's like a? Do you have a good fighter yet?
Oh man, yeah.
I put Mark Eaton up against any of y'all's guys. Mark Eaton was
Yeah.
That's not fair. It's a different time.
Yeah. So let me take Charles Oakley.
Oh,
Ooh,
there
good
you
one.
go.
Ooh, I'm making this look even softer. I have no fighter that I can refer to, I don't think. Let me think. Ooh.
So my dad once told me a story about Mark Eaton. Tractor Trailer, you remember him, had just come into the league. And this was back, I think, when the Mavs in the 90s when they sucked. And always like at halftime you could sneak down. And he remember one time he's like, Tractor Trailer's a big dude. And then he saw him try and post up Mark Eaton. And I mean, Mark Eaton just like swallowed him. And he was just like he just remember thinking like that's just a crazy human being. Like it's just not even real.
Yeah, that's like when you look at Shaq standing next to a regular human being. It doesn't,
Yeah.
it looks photoshopped.
Or like Andre the
Every
Giant or the Big Show or you know what I mean?
Well-
Like there are just some humans that are just like
Who
Like,
was it? Who
holy
was it
shit.
that stood next to Shaq and like made him look small? It wasn't a basketball player. It was somebody else.
was it? No, it was a basketball player, but it was like a guy who played maybe on another national team, or he wasn't in the NBA, right?
It wasn't Boban, right?
Wasn't or Bobo or something.
Oh!
Boban.
Yeah, the oh no, it'll come back to me.
He played
it'll
on
come back
Denver
to me.
or something, right? Something like that. But he was like a bench player, like hardly played kind of thing. He was so big he couldn't really even move around enough.
There's that syndrome that you get where you're like your heart can't keep up with how big your body gets.
Yeah, dude, it's just crazy, man.
George Mirison was one I was thinking of too.
Oh yeah.
He actually did a couple movies. He was so freaking tall, but he did not do much in the league.
No. Yeah, dude, there's just some crazy human beings out there, man.
It's selfish. It's not right.
All right, do we want to go one more round, or do we just want to any funny ones we were thinking of?
Yeah.
So
I need
I have
one
a
more
funny
guy.
one for my turn when you guys get to me.
Yeah, I need
Either
one more
one.
guy. I gotta get like the button up guy that never gets in trouble. You know, he does the right thing. You know, he's the mainstream role model. So check this out. I gotta go with Ray Allen. Plus, I need floor spacing. Because the team
Yeah.
I got, I mean, don't get me wrong, MJ is a mid-range assassin, but I gotta have some type of floor spacing. So let me take by the book Walter Ray Allen that never I don't even think Ray Allen's ever been suspended. Not a knock,
Never.
because I like not a knock.
He's never been in trouble for anything.
Yeah.
Well, except
Exactly.
except as Jesus Shuttlesworth. He made questionable decisions there. But
Yeah.
other than that, pretty clean record. You should have taken Denzel Washington then.
Hey, you know what? No, I can make no. Hey,
Movie.
I can make Denzel the coach. How about that?
There you go. Yeah. And you can have Coach Carter be the assistant.
So that means I get Will Ferrell from Semi Pro.
Absolutely.
Hey, Nick,
He's my owner player. He's my owner player.
I thought you would have took
Jackie
the
Moon.
coach from Glory Road.
Yeah, I could do him. Oh man, I didn't even think about that. Hoosiers get Gene Hackman as my coach.
You want to go blue chips. I feel like you want to go Nick Nolte and blue chips. You want to show
Yeah,
up
we
at your
need
players'
something a little more
parties.
modern. You're right.
Yeah,
you're
show
right.
up at your players' parties. Accuse them of shaving points, ruin their night.
Someone who gets the kids these days. Gene Hackman's probably a little out of the loop.
Little out of the loop. Is it my turn?
That's hilarious. Yeah, who are you thinking of?
Okay, I'm thinking of the Ball brothers collectively, all three of them, as a package deal.
Yo,
I'm telling you, why not?
That's a hell of a pitch. I didn't even think about it.
It works out because they almost balance each other out. Because Melo balls out, right? But he's hurt.
So
Jello's not even in the league, but he could be.
But you got to take their father up.
Okay, listen. There, what's his face ended up being right after all that crap people gave him. He got 2 out of 3 of his sons in the league, and the third one will probably be there.
Man, bro,
anytime.
listen, they don't want to hear a father coming on mainstream media, speaking bombastic like that. Like, no, they want you to just come up there and be all PC. I'm like, nah, man, get out of here. I like LeVar Ball. It's authentic. Like, yeah, we need to see more.
I did not like him at first as a sneaker guy trying to sell $700 sneakers for an unproven brand. I hated that, but his basketball IQ is certainly up there.
I was going to try and make a play for Chris Paul. I feel like he plays like Steve Nash almost, kind of plays white guy point guard. Not crazy athletic. The insurance commercials. Remember the banana boat? The banana boat's a pretty white thing to do, I feel like.
You taking Cliff Paul also?
Cliff Paul?
So we get insurance as well. That's a dude. Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Your team has great insurance rates.
Yeah,
that's a bonus. This is where we've gone.
That's one of our pitches. Whenever we try to sign players, we're like, we get you some great insurance, man.
That's what when we're done with this, we should take our 5 or 6 or whatever it is, and then seriously figure out like a marketing campaign. How would you market this team? Mine's full of criminals, so I don't know about that.
It'd be the Jailblazers.
The Jailblazers. That was a good team. Listen, that was a fantastic team.
No, for sure. I mean, you don't get a nickname by at least not being above average or good.
I'd love to see Draymond Green play against any of them Jailblazers. Any single one of them.
They'll humble him real quick.
Or Ben Wallace.
Yeah, because I mean, even if Draymond did stand his ground, there's 1 of him and 5 of them, right? So they win. Like, all right, let's say you get ejected, he gets ejected. Like, all right, now they definitely have the toughest team on the court.
Definitely. Or what's the dude that punked DeMarcus? What's the fake tough guy from the Kings? DeMarcus
Cousins?
Yeah. What's the dude that punked him that played for Portland? Saying where I'm from, we beat bullies up, or we bully bullies.
Oh, Zach Randolph.
You should have taken Zach Randolph.
Zach Randolph, yeah. Zach Randolph was pretty gangster too.
He's a goon. Dude is a goon.
Dude. There was also the guy on the Rockets who brought a gun to the locker room. Like whenever Olajuwon got there and they were like getting in an argument. Maxwell. Vernon Maxwell, I think.
Vernon Maxwell brought a gun to a locker room. I didn't know that.
Was it a gun? I thought it was a knife.
Maybe.
Vernon Maxwell, man.
Yeah, they called him Mad Max.
Yeah, Vernon Maxwell.
It was That's a fantastic nickname.
He nearly stabbed teammate Akeem Olajuwon during a locker room dispute in the 1990s after getting slapped and throwing a chair at the future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, listen to how tough that sounds compared to how it is now.
The backstory was because he kept spitting on the floor or whatever, like, getting mad. And Hakeem was like, "Hey, have some respect." He kind of like shunned him off. So they got back to the locker room. Hakeem smacked the shit out of him. Said, "You will not conduct yourself in that manner."
You got to do an African accent. You got to do an African accent. Otherwise, it's not genuine.
I said, "Yo, Hakeem, hey." When I heard that, I was like, "Yo, I already like highly favored him." But like, he even wanted more respect. When I heard about that, like, he.
I've seen that scenario.
I was thinking about trying to take Rick Fox as well.
Wait a minute. Spain. Are you gonna allow that?
Yeah, because I was a big hater of his when the Lakers were kind of going through the entire league, because I was like, you're selfish if you're like that good looking, that athletic, and your hair is that silky. It's like, enough is enough. Go somewhere else.
I'm gonna claim him off waivers whenever you drop him.
Take him. Take him. Take that smooth guy. I can't stand him. Dang, what was the point I was gonna make? Dang, what was it? Let me think. Oh, so yeah, I didn't know about that whole stabbing thing, right? But listen to that scenario compared to these days where you got players like tweeting against each other, right? And like, that's what the complaint is about. Is this guy said this about me on the internet, or I didn't appreciate this guy using this word during the game, so let's suspend him. Like, that's where we are now. Now, I'm not saying it's cool to threaten to stab your teammate, but
it gets even softer. It gets even softer. How do you have a guy in the finals, right? He doesn't get ejected when the incident happens. He gets ejected for the next. He gets suspended for the next game. Now, y'all help me out. Correct me if I'm wrong. If two players have a tussle, regardless of how many ticks that he already had, should he not going to get removed right then and there? Like, wait, you hold off his suspension for the following game? That compromises a team. Like, what?
Yeah, I always thought that was a little suspicious.
Wasn't the other thing the number of texts he had, though?
Yeah, but that's my thing. If you get penalized right then and there, you're supposed to automatically get removed. He finished the game.
Well, I think also, if it is because he went over the text, maybe the number of texts that he had, maybe I'm misremembering, then I think you would get suspended for the next game. Maybe I need to look into that.
No. What happened is they went and cried to the league office.
See, that's what I remember happening. That's how I remembered it, but I don't want to be biased or something and misremember. But that's what I remember.
Didn't they go back and like retroactively change one of his?
That's what I'm saying. Is like at the time they just called it like a flagrant 2 or something. Later they called it a technical or whatever, and then that maybe is what triggered him being suspended for a game. But they retroactively either went back and upgraded it or decided to sit him out the next game.
It's shady. Like, that's shady business. How can you go back and change the definition of something in that scenario, let alone not having him in game, what was it, 5 or 6, whatever.
Yeah.
How do you make a ruling like that? You know what I mean? It's and that whole thing started because LeBron stepped over him to begin with. So the whole thing could have, if it was any other player, it would have just been incidental contact.
Yeah. But it was something like that where, it was definitely it's even one thing if you think you're making the right call. It's another thing to do it in that moment, that way, right? Like, to do it like that was just very horrible optics for the league.
I'd be curious to know when Draymond Green signed a business deal with LeBron, whether it happened before or after all of that. I'm dead serious, because he seems like the type that he's like, well, I have a ring or 2 rings or whatever. I can maybe influence this one.
Yeah. One of the topics you were talking about is like rivalries today. I could probably talk about that for a while, about just the whole state and nature of, because you were mentioning how like imagining guys just the way they get mad today is they just text on social media at each other, and that's like these catty back and forth, right?
That's the word for it, catty.
Yeah. But yeah, that's another one that's very it's definitely like changed a lot in the last 20, 30 years with social media and stuff.
I think that's a whole separate show in itself. And I think the way we could frame it is looking at examples of rivals back. I mean, Kings Lakers, I feel like, is a pretty easy rivalry to go to, and you have players punching each other out, knocking each other out, versus today where there are no real rivalries. And even if there are, it's not like the fallout is embarrassing compared to, I mean, as much as we bag on Gilbert Arenas, he did bring a gun to a locker room. So
I was thinking
that's a lot
that
tougher.
as well.
Yeah, that's a lot tougher than tweeting at somebody.
That's true.
Again, not advocating for it, but I mean,
that's so funny.
Yeah, that's a whole show in itself. We should do that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down with that subject. All right. Well, I mean, I guess we could have put the link out. Sorry. We'll put it out real quick. If anybody feels like calling in, we'll give it a minute.
Yeah. When's the trade deadline? We know.
The trade deadline. We should do a show about that too.
It is like at the end of the first week in February 7th or something.
7th. Okay, 3 p.m. February 8th. Okay. Yeah.
February 6th.
February 6th. Okay. Yeah, we should eventually do a show about that.
Trades coming up.
Prospective trades. Oh yeah. Yeah. Because my guy Zach LaVine, I got to get him some money.
Yeah. The Mavericks were looking at him a year or two ago, but just too much.
I don't think he would fit in with your offense anyways.
No.
Not enough shots to go around. Does Luka stay in Dallas?
Like during the season or off season?
No, like for his career.
Oh, oof.
No state tax, right?
I'm really like torn that Cuban is leaving, because I just know that I think after losing Nash and things of that nature, I just didn't think money was so much an option or like an issue with someone when it comes to someone like Luka. Like I just knew he'd do and pay whatever with no problem. But now I don't know. We'll have to see how new ownership goes. I mean, of course, Dallas is going to do everything to keep him. I think they've also done a good job building a team around him now. Like have some nice young guys. Kyrie, I know, is getting older, but they seem to like playing with each other. Getting another star there, I think, will go a long way. But, man, like his whole career, you never know. Like, even if he wins a couple rings with the Mavs, like this, does 8 years from now, does he go to another team to kind of live out his final days or something? I don't know. I would like to think he spends 90% of his career in Dallas. So I feel kind of confident about that.
I think he's the only shot of beating the all-time scoring title right now, and that's
I don't know, man. One thing I don't like about Luka is how he kind of carries his body weight a little bit.
Yeah.
If they could get a little smarter with that and not have him bring the ball up all the time, and get him some minutes to rest here and there by being on better teams, which they were doing this year. He was playing like 5 minutes less, which goes a long way, right? And but he just, I don't know. We'll see long term how he holds up. I have my doubts for sure, but we'll see.
Man, if he could just get in shape, because he's already out there looking like a young Ben Roethlisberger, and he's just out there killing everybody.
I think even for him to be in good shape, just the way he plays too, like he is a very physical player. Like he loves to get to the hole and post up and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'm just a little worried, I guess. I guess right now I'm in paranoia mode because he strained his calf, and with the strained calf sometimes comes an Achilles problem, and I'm really hoping it doesn't turn into that, but I just am right now, I guess I'm a little paranoid.
Spain, I'm disappointed.
Yes, sir.
Thompson.
Who?
I'm disappointed you didn't pick Klay Thompson.
I didn't pick him or Steph Curry. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's weird. I don't think of Klay Thompson enough. Something about him. I like him in Dallas, but something about his last few days with the Warriors just kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
I mean, his dad, of course, his dad is Michael Thompson. His mom was Caucasian.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't get him.
I didn't think of him. I did not think it. But to be fair, Nick could have drafted him too. You could have drafted him. He's one of those ones that could have gone anywhere.
Yeah.
He likes to hang out on a boat by himself, just drinking beer.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He does love the water, it seems like.
There's I know we're about to go. There's a YouTube clip of some newscaster asking people about like scaffolding or roofing or something like that. And Klay Thompson was one of the people just walking up and down the street, and she pulled him to the side and started asking him about like roofing or what he thinks about roofing. And she didn't know who he was. It was real funny.
That's hilarious.
He's just sitting there talking to her about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, no one's calling in, so
That's it.
we can go ahead and end it here.
Keep your teams.
Huh?
Keep your teams.
Keep them? All right.
Keep them so we can circle back to it.
All right. Okay. All right. So next Wednesday, we'll go over our teams, or we'll pick another topic as well or something. And then I assume I'll see you all Sunday as well.
You'll see me Sunday. I think we should do the rivalry show next Wednesday.
Okay. Sounds good with me.
Okay. You good with that? Who's got?
Most definitely.
All right. Cool. We'll see you guys next week.